You are welcome here. You are welcome.
Whoa! Oh, guys, it's so good to see you all here today. Thank you so much for coming, and welcome to the Kindness Cathedral. I'm Reverend Bonnie Rose. This is Lonnie Cassidy, the board president. And before we jump in, let's take just like 3 minutes to find somebody and tell them what inspired you to come to church today. Okay? Find somebody. Knock yourselves out. Somebody else. So, Lonnie.
Well, good morning, and we're keeping this on a very tight ship, right, Bonnie?
Yes, because
quick.
Just so you know, our singer needs to leave right at 11 o'clock, and so we told her she could stroll out in the middle of her song if she needs to. She promises she won't, but we're keeping things so we finish on time today. So
in the spirit of very quickie, it's church.
It's church. Of course it is.
Welcome, and let's have some fun today.
Thank you, Lonnie G. Okay, so here comes Bill, our youth and family person.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys want to join me? Come on down.
Yay.
Over here?
Anybody else?
No?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hi.
All right. As Bonnie said, I'm Bill Hadris with Youth and Family. Who wants to learn an ancient Greek word today? Ooh, all right. It's enthusiasm, which I saw a bunch out there. It means being filled with spirit or inspired or possessed by God. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know, I often remind you that God is within you. And even people several thousand years ago knew it, and they had a word for it. So with that, I'd like you all to think for a moment, how do you rise out of bed each day? What's your main or default attitude? How do you act or feel when something goes wrong? How about when something goes right? How does that make you feel? Can you change your default settings? Perhaps choose a different attitude? Well, enthusiasm is contagious. It's God's way of making us put our attention on all the good around us. So I invite you all to repeat after me. I share the good within me.
I share the good within me.
And so it is.
And so it is. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. And so it is. And so it is. All right. Let's have a word of prayer from Bill.
May I ask all the practitioners and ministers to rise and join me in grounding this prayer. I give great thanks for this day. Give great thanks for the love we all share and recognize within each other the qualities of God, of peace, of integrity, of trust, connection, and just love between each other. And as I recognize these qualities within myself, I recognize them within each and every one of us here today and those who are watching. For we are all connected by that thread of spirit, of pure love. And I speak my word today knowing as we go forth that is done with such deep purpose and deep intention that it sets us up for the rest of the week with joy and love and purpose to connect with others and reach out and be observant and be there for those who need it at that moment. May we always love ourselves. May we always love who we are and fulfill those dreams within each and every one of us that we connect to. I give thanks, deep thanks for the speaker today and the musicians, the practitioners, the greeters, and all those who come together to connect us together in this spiritual community, this cathedral of love, this cathedral of kindness. I give thanks for all of it. I give thanks for our minister Bonnie and her leadership and her connection to spirit and to guide us and and allow us to grow in such a way that it fulfills us, fulfills our spirit. Thank you. Thank you, God, for that. And I release these words into the universal law, knowing it is already done, and it is so. And join me in saying, and so
And so it is. Thank you. Whoops. Oh, that was me. No, I'm kidding. Alrighty, so let us just breathe deeply and know that all life is expressing here in this beautiful, beautiful sanctuary. That we've come together in heart and mind and being to be here and to remember the sacred truth about ourselves. That we are the I am presence. That we are the grace and the power and the love and the innocence of the divine. That there is a self beyond the self that is exactly who we are. And so right now we recognize that self and we rest in it. And we become so full of that self that it spills out into song. And so together we sing, I am remembering who I am, remembering the true self, the place of undiluted consciousness that is exactly who we are and exactly who everyone else is. And so we know that this self abides in us. It abides in every single atom of the consciousness and every single atom of the cosmos. And with a heart that is so filled with grace and love, let us sing together for all of us. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I remembering the love beyond love that holds all opposites. This is who I am. This is who we are. This awareness is everything. And in the full rest of that awareness, let us breathe in and then exhale, opening our eyes as love, in love and in service to what is, as it is, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you, ladies.
O komme heute Sommernacht verschwiegen, die hat die Liebe recht gemacht zum Segen. O komme heute Sommernacht verschwiegen, die hat die Liebe recht gemacht zum Segen. Da breche Magen los und los verstohlen. Da öffnet ihren süßen Schlossviolen. Da neigt Hab in dem Erschein der Rose. Da wird mein Liebchen auf noch mein das Hause. Da ist Lose. Oh my God, no.
Our next guest needs no introduction. Our good friend, Kusala Bhikshu. Hey.
I have 4 mics to choose from. This one looks good. So I'm going to talk about something that's rather abstract. It's called self, not self. And this has always fascinated me about Buddhism because they talk about this a lot, and it's really hard to understand what the heck they're talking about. But most religions or philosophies always have something that's difficult to understand. So, long ago, we're talking thousands of years ago, we had this sort of rudimentary consciousness, they say. The scientists say that our consciousness was not self-conscious, but simply conscious. And there weren't very many of us walking the earth. And we had these little groups, and they'd be hunters and gatherers, and they'd share the food, and they'd play and have fun most of the day. They didn't have to go to work for 8 hours. They didn't have to go to the grocery store. They didn't have to cook. They just were having a wonderful life. Some call it paradise. Yeah, paradise. But then we got smart. For some reason, our basic consciousness turned into self-consciousness. And as the world got more crowded, because humans like to have sex, and that always brings more people into the world. So as life became more complicated, our self sort of kicked in, that survival self, the fight or flight self. And we were able then, rather than living in the flow of unity, we stood apart. We became independent. And from a Buddhist perspective, that means that we felt a little insecure. We had this little undercurrent of suffering because we no longer belonged to the great reality that we knew and that we came from. Wow. And then there were more and more of us, and we decided that I want this and you can't have it, so let's have a war. So all the people on our side fought all the people on the other side, and life became even more complicated. Then they said, well, let's build some roads and have houses, and let's settle down and raise crops and have animals. We don't need to move around anymore. We can be in one place. And the little groups turned out to be large groups, turned out to be towns and cities. There were hundreds of us. There were thousands of us all trying to get along. LA County has 11 million people. My God. 11 million people. And everyone thinks it's all about me. That's the deal with this self. The self determines now what our reality is, and it is designed to keep us alive and keep us number one. We're number one. It's all about me. I don't care what that other person thinks. That's just their opinion. I know the truth. Wow. So Buddhism came around like 2,600 years ago. And Siddhartha said, you know what? I have looked high and low, and I can't find a self. Where does it exist? Is it behind the pituitary gland? No, I don't think so. It seems to be part of our consciousness that has evolved to such an extent that it overrides our intuition. And that's really a shame. It took me 20, 30 years of meditation to finally reconnect with my intuition. And wow, was that a surprise? Because you can't talk about it. There's no words when you have intuition. You have a feeling. It feels right. How do you explain that? You can't. People follow me on Facebook. I have quite a few followers now. They say, how do you pick the quote and the picture? Sometimes it's just magical the way you do it. I say, I have a feeling. That's how I know when it works. I have that feeling. Can you explain that to me? No, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't even know what it means myself. I'm up every morning at 4:30 posting on Facebook. And that is the perfect time to post on Facebook when you live in downtown Los Angeles. Because it's the most quiet time of the whole day. The only people up are the people that aren't supposed to be, and the garbage people in their giant trucks. And they're picking up your trash. And then the sirens start, and then the helicopters start, and for me, that signals it's a new day. So the Buddha said, you know what? I don't think we are the self. I think the self is part of the process of having a consciousness, even though the self wants to believe it is an event. And it's true. I don't know if you've ever had a birthday. I'm assuming most of you have. But when it's your birthday, it's an event. It's about you, and self just loves it. You get presents and cards and praise. Everybody's so happy to see you. And what they're really saying, you're still alive? They won't tell you that. And after a certain age, it's never happy birthday. It's just birthday. Because it's never going to be happy again. But that's the process we're involved in. We're becoming mature adults, soon to be dead. But until then, we're seizing every opportunity to enjoy our day. This is the first day and the best day of our life, right now. You're never going to have another day like this. It's perfect. You woke up, you had breakfast, you might have lunch as well, maybe a little supper, go to bed early. What a wonderful day. You don't even need to do anything, and it's a wonderful day. And the Buddha said, you keep suffering because you have desire to make it better or to make it different. You want to be in control. You can't control your life. There are 1,000 reasons why your life is the way it is today. And you are only one of the contributing factors. So there are 999 other reasons why it's this way, and you've got no control or say over those. It's really disappointing. Because if I was in control, would I look like this? No, I wouldn't. But I'm not in control, and I'm stuck with it. So what did the Buddha say? The Buddha said, I have gone past self. I have gone to a place that is unified, the way it used to be. Back in the old days, thousands of years ago, I figured out how to get there. But the problem is we can't go back. We can never go back to the way it was. We have to go forward. So he figured out a way to go forward and come to this unified consciousness, to this oneness, if you will. And that he called nirvana. So how do you get there as a Buddhist? How do you sort of get rid of all the stuff that's preventing you from being that person with a unified consciousness, reconnected to the world around you in that special way? And self now has become simply a tool that you use because life is so complicated. It is so complicated. Man, it's never the same. I don't know if you remember the pandemic. But you know, everything kept changing. Stores closed. Everybody had masks on. You couldn't tell if they were smiling or not. They just looked at you. I mean, man, oh man. And then we got all this streaming stuff going on. Netflix. We would spend hours a day inside so we wouldn't have to die that day. Watching, 1980s television again for the first time. And you go, man. So what is it? What's the secret? What's the secret? Well, the Buddha laid it out. He said personal discipline, mental purification, and wisdom awareness. Personal discipline. This keeps us out of trouble. You don't want to get in trouble. It's so weird. Because these days, when you get into trouble, they could kill you. They have guns and cars. And they have words that could kill your ego. So you don't want to get in trouble. You want to follow the 5 precepts. Number 1, I'm not going to take life. That's a good one. I like that one. Number 2, I'm not going to take what is not given. Okay, I'm not going to steal anything. Number 3, I'm going to have love and kindness in all my relationships. Cool, nice. Number 4, I'm going to speak skillfully. I'm not going to have malicious speech, gossip and idle chatter, false speech, harsh speech. I'm not even going to watch TMZ anymore. Because all they have is gossip and idle chatter, and it's so much fun to listen to, but there's no value in that. And number 5, I'm not going to get high. It steals all my wisdom. Why are they trying to make psychedelics legal now? Have you noticed that? We already have marijuana and alcohol. Do they just want to keep us high all the time so they can manipulate us, control us, be in charge of us? Give them more drugs. They won't know what's happening. No. We had the 60s. Some of you remember. You know, they took a lot of drugs, but then they became stockbrokers. You don't want to be a stockbroker. Come on. So those are the 5 training precepts to prevent us from getting in trouble. Then we come to mental purification. This is an important one. Our minds are screwed up. Come on. Greed, hatred, delusion, every moment of every day. You know? Do I want 2 pieces of chocolate cake or 3? Come on, the greed. No. But they have the 10-count Hostess cupcake box on sale now. I can finish those in a day or 2. Come on. So we have meditation. We have 2 kinds of meditation. We have tranquility and calming meditation, and we have insight and wisdom meditation. Samatha, vipassana. The Buddha did both of those. He did samatha meditation until he rediscovered insight meditation, which allowed him to achieve his full perfection as a human being. He became the Buddha, one who is awake. Wow. How many times did you wake up today? I bet just once. The Buddha woke up twice in one day. That's why we call him the Buddha. Now, I wake up 5 times a day, but I take naps. So, you know, I have an interesting day. It's always new, every few hours. Okay, so we have this insight and we have this tranquility meditation, and it has a purifying effect on your consciousness, on your mind. Okay. And I'm not going to go into great detail because we have to end at 11 o'clock today. But I want you to know that it's on Google and you can figure it out. Then we come to the 3 aspects of Buddhist awareness, which will change your life forever. Number 1, everything changes. Everything's impermanent. Nothing stands still. Don't get attached because you'll be so disappointed. You're having a good hair day today, tomorrow's going to look like nothing. You just go, wow, what happened? I did everything I did yesterday, but it didn't turn out the same. Man, don't get attached. It's always changing. Does it all change for the better? It never changes for the better. We just get used to it. That's all. It feels better today. Oh, is that your intuition talking to you? No. I think it is better. It might rain today. Isn't that a better day? No, that's just a day. Like any other day, except it's this day. The best day. This day. Number 2, life is ultimately unsatisfactory. Buddhist wisdom. Man, Buddhist wisdom. No matter what you think about what you're doing or the outcome might be, it's going to be ultimately unsatisfactory. And why is that? Because everything changes all the time. So it might be satisfactory for a couple hours, a couple minutes, or a moment, but then it changes. And you're so disappointed, and you want to cling and hold on to it. Don't go away. I worked my whole life to have this moment, and now you're going away. Man. Or the damn thing stays too long. I'm going to push it away. I can't stand it anymore, and it doesn't want to go away. Attachment, aversion. Wow. We're stuck with that every day. Our mind, our self is telling us how it's supposed to be and what we could do to make it better. That's its job. Don't believe everything you think. It will get you in trouble. It's just thinking. That's what it does. It's not invested in anything. It doesn't know. It just thinks and waits for the body to react. And the body is so stupid, it reacts. And you're disappointed. And you go, wow, I thought life was going to be better. Yeah, when you're 10, it's great. You get to be 70 or 80, you're just happy to get up in the morning. And by the time you're 90, you can't remember your name. Life is wonderful. So enjoy today, because you're none of those things today. You're just in the flow of reality, whatever that is. Number 3, the greatest Buddhist wisdom of all. There is not a self. How did he know that? How did he know that thousands and thousands of years ago, we didn't have this self-awareness that we do today that's causing all these problems? How did he know that? And when he was able to transcend self, because he couldn't go back, he didn't kill self, he still needed to be able to find the door. See, self tells us, that's a door and you are not the door, so you can use it. That's your car and you are not the car, so you can drive it. This is $1 and you are not the dollar, so you can spend it. If we were the dollar or the car or the door, we couldn't do anything. We'd be frozen. How can I get out of here? I'm the door. Is there another exit I can use? This is so scary, to be one with the door. So see, self has a function. Self allows us to use the stuff around us without having to be the stuff. And back in the old days, before self-awareness, man, everything was alive. The mountains were alive. The trees were alive. The babbling brook spoke to you in its very own special language. How much fun would that have been to be back there and have it all alive around you? And you weren't separate from it. You were part of it. It was you. You were intimately connected with everything. And then we became independent. And then we started to suffer. And now we have this self that wants to be in control all the time and do what it thinks is best. And we come to this place where maybe it's not me, maybe it's we. Maybe it's all of us together that makes a difference. Not just me. I was in Vaughn's the other day. They had a sale on donuts, you know. And the clerk looks at me and says, would you put a few dollars in this jar? We're trying to feed all the people that don't have food. And I said, no, I'm sorry. She took a step back. She couldn't believe it. What's wrong with this guy? Why won't he even leave $1 behind? I said, you know why I'm not going to put $1 in there? She said, no, please tell me. I feed cats. She said, you feed cats? What does that mean? It means I feed cats. And there are a lot of people out there who want to feed other human beings. There's only a couple of us that want to feed cats. She was not impressed at all. But you know, we have to pick our kindness. What is your kindness? What are you going to do? You cannot do everything. But that's why we have 8 billion people. If they all choose their kindness, everything gets done. If you try to do everything yourself, you're going to go insane. You can't do it. I feed cats. I feel that's good enough. And the cats feel that way too. So what the Buddha did in his enlightenment, nirvana, awakening, is he had the direct experience of the interconnectedness and interdependence of all phenomena. You see, he wasn't apart any longer. It was not about him. He had achieved his final goal. He had reunited at a spiritual and physical level with the entire universe. And for 45 years, he taught the path to that unification. How cool is that? And we have it in books, and we have teachers teaching, and we have audio cassettes. We've got it all. 2023 is fantastic. You can even stream if you want. But it's there. If you feel alone, there's a difference between loneliness and aloneness. You're never going to be alone when you're interconnected with 8 billion people. You're going to be with them all the time. They are you, you are them. You are not one with them, you are connected with them. So that gives you a chance to have your own unique personality and life experience. You know, oneness, I think, might be overrated. I like being alone together. That's what I like. It gives me a chance to be me, a chance to be you, but beneath the surface, we're doing it all together, changing the world in a better, wholesome way. Thank you for listening. You were listening so intently, and I didn't have anything to say. I'm going to use this mic now. So the last time I was here, I didn't bring my harmonica because I didn't want to stick anything in my mouth. But now I like to stick things in my mouth, especially a harmonica. So here we go.
Thank you so much, Kusala. You're the only guy I know who can do a really funny talk about death and impermanence. And to me, you always have a good hair day. So, yeah, it always looks good to me. So, all right, let us pray. And so turning within, we just anchor in this beautiful, beautiful consciousness in this room, this joy, this laughter, and this depth, this power, this wisdom, and know that is the place beyond the notion of separate self. It is the grace and the wisdom and the love that is beyond words that informs each of us. It is that which is beyond opposites. It is that which is beyond human understanding, but it is here right now expressing in all of us. If it's in one of us, it's in all of us. And whether you like the word oneness or wholeness or diversity in the oneness, individuation of that divine, we unify with that right now. And we know that it is the true self beyond the small self, the self that knows that it is the allness of being, that it is pure grace itself. And so in this place, we just celebrate this time together, know that new concepts have been introduced and that hearts have been opened and that transformation is occurring in each and every one of us right now. And because we are all connected, my transformation is your transformation and your transformation is my transformation. And our transformation is the transformation of the world. And so we pick our kindness and we do it with enthusiasm. We do it with grace, we do it with wonder, we do it with love, we do it with non-attachment, without clinging to outcome, but just simply allow ourselves to be that kindness we wish to see in the world and trusting that there is a power greater than ourselves that is working through us all the time. And we can celebrate that. We can love it. We can give thanks for it. We can be in it. We can just find the joy in that. And we do find the joy in that. And so I'm just so grateful for these beautiful words that have been spoken today, so grateful for everything, grateful for everyone who said yes to coming to this center today, to lend our awareness. Even our being here is enough. Even our being here lends itself to this spiritual soup that we're creating here that blesses our lives individually and collectively. So I'm just so grateful for all of that. I bless all paths to God, all paths to spirit, all paths to that which is beyond the self. Churches, synagogues, temples, mosques, ashrams, fundamentalists, atheists, agnostics, all beings everywhere, everyone I haven't named, and just trust the blessedness of this thing that we call existence. And so with a heart that is so filled with love and gratitude, I say, thank you, Spirit, thank you, Divine, and I release these words into the mystery. And together we say, and so it is. Namaste.
Thank you, Kusala. I feed cats too.
Yes.
Yeah. Bonnie, you feed a lot of
I
animals.
feed a lot of
I
animals,
was like,
yeah.
boy, it would take like 15 minutes for you to get through all the animals
It does.
there.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you for choosing kindness this morning and joining us. And as we prepare our offering, I'm going to be reminding you about the little envelopes. So we want to welcome you into our family and thank you for choosing kindness when you support us. Remember, don't use your physician penmanship. I cannot read it. But please put your name and if you want to add a prayer or put the amount you're donating, that way we can acknowledge you. And it means so much to us because we can have this beautiful cathedral of kindness because of all of us coming together. So this morning, in the spirit of kindness, I invite you to place your offering over your heart and repeat after me. We trust in spirit.
We trust in spirit.
Love is a giver and receiver of all that we are.
Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are.
We offer this gift.
We offer this gift.
It is an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion.
It is an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion.
Our gifts bless many.
Our gifts bless many.
And return to us multiplied in miraculous ways.
And return to us multiplied in miraculous ways.
So that we may give again.
So that we may give again.
And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you.
Okay, in all fairness, I said I had to leave at 11. I didn't need the whole service to end at 11. My apologies. Whoa. Okay, that's fine. There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. Though what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize that good can come from bad. Make me wise, but oh, it makes me glad, and I
That was amazing. Hello, everybody. I'm doing the announcements today. I'm Reverend Jennifer Gadberry Hadris, and just really quick, I think we should express a big happy birthday to Bonnie, who had her birthday on Friday. We should have kept Kayla up here.
Oddly, yeah, my microphone just fell down the back of my pants, so I got to dig in them to get them. So don't mind me, I'll just
It
be
all
over
falls
here
apart at
digging
65,
away.
right? well, she's being a bit indelicate off camera, I hope. Today's flowers are dedicated to Reverend Bonnie from her beautiful... Oh, I'll just do it. So today's flowers are dedicated to Reverend Bonnie from her lovely husband Hugh, and he says, "Welcome to the Senior Citizens Club." Now, not all of us are married to her, so if you would like to get Reverend Bonnie a gift, but you don't know what to get her, you can donate to the Maui concert in lieu of gifts. She would really appreciate if everybody just made a donation to the upcoming concert that we have coming on September 16th, this coming Saturday. So when you came in, you should have gotten, or you could have gotten a little card from the greeters. We have more, so don't worry. And then on it, it says, "You're invited, free concert, Saturday, September 16th. So you can take a picture of that with your phone, and then you can take this and give it to somebody else. See how that works? So we would just really love to pack the house. This is great energy. It's going to be a fantastic concert, and we all know that the energy when we have this place filled is just amazing. So please, bring your friends, beg, whatever you have to do. Just let them know, it's not churchy, whatever you have to do. Invite as many people as you can, grocery store workers, whatever. Just get the word out there. So if you're new to this center, we are this crazy, so that's okay. Please find an ambassador. They have the teal stoles. Rhina, could you stand up real quick? Rhina's got one of those stoles. Kim's got one of those stoles. Go ahead and ask if you have any questions. Find them and ask them any questions. Anybody with a stole can probably answer your questions. Let's see. At the center, we teach classes. Tomorrow is the first night of the Mythic Story, Your Mythic Story, taught by Reverend, I'm giving you an upgrade, our practitioner Kim Bryson. She's around, so ask her some questions about her class. It's going to be fantastic. They always are. The other class that's coming up this week is my class. It's called Consciousness and the Creative Process. So I didn't have a lot of people signing up. It's an accredited course. We're going to be doing it. It's been changed. It's only going to be on Zoom on Thursday evenings. So we're doing Zoom Thursday evenings at 6. It's a 6-week course. So some people here have asked I keep hearing are we meditating every week? Are we meditating? Do we have a group meditation? So if you would like to meditate every week, sign up for my class and come. If you'd like to figure out how consciousness works in the world, sign up for my class and come. If you would like just to meet new people in the center, sign up for my class and come. So it's got a book that goes with it, and I know some people are a little bit like, ooh, this guy wrote this book in 1919. We can beat up on it together, whatever you want to do, but just please come to the class. I think once you guys start taking these classes, you'll realize how informative and how they really do transform your life. So if you still not sold, there's another class coming up in October. It's called The Artist's Way. It's going to meet every Tuesday in October, 6:30 to 8:30. It's taught by Bill, who did the invocation, and his lovely wife, Susan. They've been practitioners forever. And they're going to be doing Julia Cameron's book, The Artist's Way. So really great. Let's see, I already did. More things coming up. No-sew blanket parties, September 20th and 27th. So there was one up here. We don't have enough time for me to be doing props. So come meet Gail. Gail's over here. Wave, Gail. And she's our outreach coordinator. And we're going to be getting together and making no-sew blankets for our unsheltered brothers and sisters. Also in October is a membership class. We're calling it Getting to Know You. You can come meet with Reverend Bonnie on October 15th after service, and you can ask her all sorts of questions, and she can ask you all sorts of questions, and we can see how you fit here in the center and how you want to fit in this community. We have lots of places that you can fit, and we just can't wait to share those with you. Choir rehearsal is today, downstairs at 11:30. And Mary Kerrigan runs the choir, and she's amazing. She will find out how you fit in the choir, and whatever your vocal range is, she can plug you right in. It's amazing. I think it's amazing. I love it. So anyway, okay. If I went too fast or you have any questions, we have, okay, Bonnie has a question. So if you're really want to put an oomph to the little cards that you might be handing out to people, you can lay it forward instead of pay it forward, and you can grab a lay and send lays out with the cards, right? I don't know. They're lovely. Look at this. Okay. Hi.
You're doing so great. Shall I use this? We have a lot of lays, people. We want you to take all of them and spread them around the world and just invite people to come to the Maui concert to raise funds for our brothers and sisters who are struggling over there. And the organization that we're giving to is so wonderful. They do everything. Oh my gosh, they think of everything. It's just fantastic. So take a bunch of lays, spread them around. You know, it's not a firm commitment. Just say.
Look how easy that is.
See what I mean? Just lay it forward. It's not a firm commitment. Just lay him and move on. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have people that need to get out of here. So, social hall after service, there's coffee, tea, some snacks. There's the concierge desk that's on that side, sign-up sheets. We've got the ambassadors. Reverend Bonnie and I will be roaming around, so if you have any questions, please go back there. We've got the bookstore, lots going on. So that's it for the announcements. Do you want me to pray out? Okay. Since Bonnie's like, yeah, okay. And just like that, anchoring all of that laughter and that love and that connection that we've felt this last hour together, all the beautiful music and the beautiful message and that joyous celebration, just anchoring in that and knowing that all of it is God. All of it is the divine, the ultimate observer, the one consciousness in everything as everything. I know that I am one with that divinity, and I know that truth for every single person in this sanctuary, every single person listening online, every single person listening later. We are all one with that divinity, all one with each other. I know that we came together blessed in this time. I know that we take this blessing with us throughout our week of safety, of joy, of connectedness, and we bring that blessing back here every week to celebrate together. I bless everyone in this center. I bless every path to God. Temples, mosques, ashrams, gurdwaras, atheists, fundamentalists, we are all a blessing no matter what label we choose to put ourselves in or what community we choose to meet. It is all beautiful. It is all perfect. It is all love. And I'm grateful to know that truth. Grateful to speak this word. Grateful to know God in this moment. And I release my word into the universal law, and together we say, and so it is.